A good point I should make about the title that Tom Evans had said was that he thought the title was good because it's not just Gina or Big Al and Gina. It's Big Al's Gina, which he correctly got meant that this is about how Gina affects Al. It's Gina viewed through Al's prism, and the play opens with her being dead. So we know that she's committed suicide. In the first act, and so everything else is going backwards there. And then towards the end of the play, we have, in the penultimate scene of the play, we have Big Al. The opening scene replays itself to the point where it stops, and then we go on, and then we get the meta-fictive device of Danny Wagner going 30 years into the future and talking from 2017 back to Big Al in, almost 30 years. I think it's 89, actually. So I mean, all of the plays use a metafictive device of some meaning, except the first play really has the least metafictive usage in it.
Talk about some of the characters that you leave out. You mentioned Lola too, but Ella is fairly mentioned as well as Big Al's ex-wife. And what I thought was interesting about her is she has a conversation with Big Al towards after this exchange with Gina, and how everything seems to be a summary of his perception of Gina, and how even the relationships outside of Gina are kind of in the same way. So the title has another layer to it too, that this is Big Al's world in a way, and that Ella, how she manipulates Al, may not exactly be correct in that sense. But because of the metafictive devices and the fact that you're pulling the strings in that sort of way, do you think that even the title should be put into question as something for the audience to take into account?
No, I think the title is the best title for it. What we do know, though, is the wife is clearly someone who is a manipulator. We see her trying to manipulate Al, and towards the end of the play, or wherever it is, it's set over multiple years. In a scene just a year or two before Gina kills herself, we find out that Gina is no longer speaking to her mother either, or she's angry at her mother. And so clearly, Al is not the singular cause of his daughter, or his. In a standard play, it would be presented that Al's infidelity and cheating on his mother and abandoning his wife and daughters is what drives Lola away, and so that she doesn't even appear in the play, and what drives Gina to suicide. But clearly that's not the case. Because we see Gina arguing with both of her parents. We know that she doesn't speak to her mother at some point in her life, and so it's pretty clear that Gina has issues. She may be doing drugs. She may have a bad boyfriend herself. We don't know these things. It's not important, because the perception is that Al thinks that he's to blame. The play opens with him blaming himself, because we know that she kills herself with a gun. She tried hanging herself, and she tried killing herself with pills. She gets it right on the third time with the gun, apparently. And so we know that logically there are hints that come through the play that Gina is probably fucked in the head somehow. And Al certainly has contributed to that, but he clearly blames himself, and so the whole play sort of feeds off of this clear delusion that Al has. And so there's this tinge of mourning and regret that culminates in the last scene.